So we're going to go ahead and read the next paragraph. We're on page 5, paragraph number 13. Do we have any volunteers to read this next section? Okay, thank you, sister.
Brothers and sisters, each time we turn away from the struggle to overcome difficulty, there then is deterioration of character and there is destruction of the will. And the will that is within you is God's gift. It is his essence that he gives to man, and anything that deteriorates your will destroys your ability to cope with the problems of life. Struggle is ordained. Struggle is ordained by God. God is not a vicious God. He is a loving, a beneficent, and merciful God. But he ordains struggle. Because without struggle, you cannot bring out of yourself that which God has deposited within you. It is something that has to be brought out, and it is a struggle overcoming difficulties that manifest your own gifts and your own sublime qualities.
Thank you, Sister Medina. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our first question. Can you give me a time that you overcame a struggle and you learned something about yourself that you didn't necessarily know or see about yourself first? So the first part is give me a time that you overcame a struggle. Yes, ma'am.
Dealing with what Sister read, our beloved sister, and dealing with overcoming difficulties and struggle, and that study got free, and it basically deals with us coming into the mind of God, but it's a struggle. And likewise, the will of God, it talks about the will, which is study God 5, which deals with the impediments that we have to overcome: envy, pride, greed, vanity. So we have to build and destroy, get rid of fear and lust and greed, anger. And we're going through the characteristics of God by building the positive and destroying the negative.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay, so we want to make sure we, to the best of our ability, I know the minister's words, there's so much in them and it stimulates us to have different thoughts, but we want to start with trying to really go on into this question first, okay? So I'm going to repeat it again. Give me a time that you overcame a struggle or a difficulty, and what did you learn from overcoming that difficulty that helped you to see better, see yourself better, or learn something about yourself that you didn't necessarily know or see about yourself before that? Everybody cool with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sister Gail, we got to give everybody a chance to talk, okay? We thank you, and we know we value what you bring to the study group. You always bring something good, but we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to speak, okay? Okay, thank you. Brother Darius?
Yes, sir. Just to, I agree with what Sister Gail said. I know each individual, and I know for myself, I was in college when I first heard the teachings, and so to be a basketball player in sports and a lot of things that I did prior to joining the Nation of Islam, it's definitely a struggle to now accept the discipline of the Nation of Islam and put away some of those things that I did like before joining the nation. So it was a struggle for me personally.
Thank you. Is it now, out of that, is there something specific or at least one thing you could think of that you learned about yourself, that you saw about yourself that you didn't necessarily see before by going through that struggle?
Yes, sir. Well, you know, character more than anything. Again, when you're putting away things that you enjoy, quote, enjoy when you're in the world, you know, it says a lot when you cross over to the other side in terms of joining the Nation of Islam.
Yes,
and
sir.
you see the ability to be a stronger person, be a Muslim and practice Islam, and put away some of those things that may not have been healthy for you, that you shouldn't have been engaged in the first place.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Darius. Anybody else? Going back to the question, though, time you overcame something, a struggle, and you learned something about you. Yes, ma'am, Sister Sheena.
Well, I agree with Brother Darius personally about like putting away the struggle to put away things that you know, were involved in when you were in the world and trying to now really focus on Islam. Because when I was in the world, I used to like to watch a lot of reality TV. But you know, now, so I'm trying to replace that with studying, but it's so hard because, you know, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, so I have a lot of stuff on me. You know, I have my garment line. Have any of y'all seen my garments? Online? Okay. And then, you know, I have my hair care product line. I think, Brother Barvis, didn't you buy some stuff from me? Did you like it?
Yeah, they the bomb.
See?
They true, y'all.
See?
Yeah.
So, you know, to give people a quality product, it takes a lot of time. So then, you know, like today, I went to the post office to make some
I
deliveries.
can make you family.
Well, like a salon.
Something like that. Can brother give me a chair? Oh, wait, I gotta get my sister, gotta get my sister.
So we're going to go ahead and continue. Sister Sheen,
Thank you, Brother Dear.
Sister Sheen, can we go back to what the struggle was? You talked about the struggle of focusing on really studying and putting other things to the side, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was it that you learned, or what benefit have you received from overcoming that struggle?
Well, I feel like feeding on the Word of God has brought me closer to Him.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, the more I study, the more I'm at peace with my own spirit, the more peace of mind that I have, and I'm able to really focus on the things that matter the most,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
is the mission, you know, the resurrection of the dead. And so, you know, the things that I was doing before, it wasn't helping me spiritually, morally, physically, mentally. It wasn't helping me in any type of way. But this is.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sister Sheen.
Yes, sir.
Any other volunteers? We want to continue?
I understand we're talking about struggle,
Okay.
but, you know, what good is it to be struggling when the people that supposed to be helping you, guiding you, it seems to be in your way? I think we need maybe some better laborers in the nation. Minister always saying that.
Okay.
And
so Brother Billy, give me
people
a second.
cold, they don't give you the greetings.
Yes,
Walk right past you. And God is a beneficent God.
Brother Billy.
And He's loving. When we gonna see some love and kindness?
Let's go back to the minister's words. It says, without struggle, you cannot bring about out of yourself that which God has deposited within you. So all of us have struggles that we have to go through, right? And what is the name of the course of study that we're dealing with right now?
Self-improvement.
And self-improvement is the basis for.
Community development.
So the way that we improve our community is by us improving ourselves, right?
Yes, sir.
So even though we can always see all of the things that other people are doing, what the minister's putting us in a position to do is to see ourselves better. Because we can't change anybody else. We can't make anybody do anything. We can inspire, we can encourage, but the only person that we can change is your best friend, right?
No.
The only person you can change is who?
Yourself.
Right. So we want to make sure that as we're going through this course of study, that to the best of our ability, even though we may learn from other people's experiences, we want to take it back to ourselves. We want to be looking at ourselves and actually seeing what is it that I can do different so that I can be better. Does it make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. So we're going to focus on that, and we're going to strive to the best of our ability to do that. Okay?
All of us, right?
Thank you. Yes, sir. All of us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
You want to answer the question?
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find out what page. Oh, is it 5 or 6?
Okay, yes, ma'am. We're on page 5, paragraph 13. Okay? Anybody else who want to answer the question? Okay, Sister Gail, we definitely enjoy your spirit, but we want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to speak. Okay? And we'll get back to, after we get through everybody, we'll come back to you. We always appreciate you coming and what you have to share with the circle. Okay? Thank you. So, anybody else? Give me a time that you overcame a struggle, and what did you learn or see about yourself that you didn't necessarily see before? Sister Kalila.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to share with us your response to the question?
What was the question?
Sister Kalila. Now, I know all of us are here because we want to gain something out of this, right? And I know we come to study group with a whole lot of stuff on our minds, but this is our opportunity to really study the word of Allah delivered through his representative in our midst right now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So we have to be respectful of what he's given us. And if you can't do that, like sometimes we got to take a phone call, then it's okay for us to step out for a second, but we really need you to be with us. Okay? You cool with that? It ain't personal.
Yes, sir.
We good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let's go ahead and go back to the question. Give me a time that you overcame a struggle, and what did you learn or see about yourself that you didn't necessarily see before? Yes, sir. Brother Arbenz?
I think I got one. Like this one time, like yesterday, I was going to FOI class, and I started my car. I was at home, started to warm it up. And my sister talking about take her to the club. She know I got to go to class. I'm like, yo, I can't do that. I'm gonna be late. She talking about, no, just drop me off. I'm gonna be quick, whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We get in the car, drop off. I hate clubs. I'm Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Women out there having like, they Negroes, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around that. So I drop off and I leave immediately. Like, I'm out, get out the car, I'm out, gotta go to class. I had to go back home to change and then try to make it to class again. And you know, I was almost late, you know what I'm saying? Then it was this other time.
Okay,
on a Sunday.
so Brother Arvitz, what was the struggle that you had to overcome?
Sunday, I was going to the mosque, and I.
Okay, so was it a struggle and you did in the class, or what was that first one that you were about to
Yeah,
share?
the first one, I had to go to the club. I don't go to clubs. That was a struggle. I ain't want to drop off. I was late.
Okay,
Sure,
okay.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm so sorry, and
Yes.
I'm not really trying to cause any because I'm always late, but I'm really lost. I'm really confused. I know I probably missed the reading that I did in the beginning. I know it's how we do study group. But can you tell me exactly where you were? You said paragraph 13, but I'm not following. I don't see the connection. What word was were you on?
Sister Lisa, this is not my study circle, right? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has set up this circle so that we can improve our condition. The minister has said on several occasions the importance of not being late. And it shows a disrespect not only for those who are in the circle, but it's showing a disrespect to yourself as well as the minister. So I know all of us, sometimes we have struggled, but you're late every single week, sis. Come on. And I know you better than that, right? So, I mean, if one of you all don't mind to kind of show her where we're at, but we have to continue. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sis. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All I wanted you to tell me, as the study group coordinator,
Yes, ma'am.
is what paragraph and what word related to that.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I can follow.
Okay. Yes,
That's all I
ma'am.
want.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you,
Yes,
sis.
sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So the purpose of the study group, of course, is to go back, and I think the letter that's presented that the minister introduces the study guide actually really lays a base for the study guide. And he gives a formula for that. And he gives us self-examination, self-analysis, and self-correction, which he says stimulates the self-accusing spirit, which leads to our spiritual resurrection. The goal of the study group in this demo is to kind of show us some ways that the coordinator can better handle the different personalities in the study circle. We want to make sure that people are engaged and, of course, being more reflective of themselves. Okay. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us. And before we close out, I want to introduce all of those who have helped to make this study group a success. So we're going to start with my right.
Sister Shima Muhammad.
And Sister Shima started as a role of somebody who was unable to stay on topic.
Brother Billy Muhammad.
Brother Billy Muhammad served the role of somebody who wanted to critique and not take responsibility. So he blames the laborers or just other people, the believers, for him not making progress.
Sister Gail Ibrahim Muhammad.
Sister Gail was the individual who was the one who wants to answer every single question, make a comment about everything. And that's about it. And
Brother Ibrahim Muhammad.
Brother Ibrahim is the brother that sat there, looked like he had something to say, but didn't want to say anything.
Brother Darius Muhammad.
Brother Darius was one of our models of what we are looking for or trying to pull out of the study group.
Sister Lisa R. Muhammad.
Sister Lisa was our late person that disrupted the study circle.
Sister Khalila Muhammad.
Sister Khalila was the one who was texting and really not paying attention or engaged in the circle.
Sister Medina Muhammad.
She was our reader.
Brother Arvin's mom.
And Brother Arvince was the one that hadn't read and was totally off topic. Thank you, assalamu alaikum, and may Allah continue to bless you with your study.